everybody. Welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. We are coming a little bit later tonight because we didn't want to stop on, or, not like we would have had much effect, but we didn't want to take over any viewers from the Golden Feather Tavern. If you haven't watched them, go check them out and then come back to me later. They're doing the Guild Summit, and of course, we've got Jamie streaming right now, too. So I postponed it a few hours, and we're coming on a little bit later, just so there's not so much traffic. But I hope everyone is doing good tonight. Dragon, how you doing? Penbrawl, I saw you in here earlier. Hope you guys are doing good. So what's good, boys? What do you guys want to talk about tonight? It's kind of an open forum for whatever you guys want to talk about. I have a few things we could go ahead and go over. One of the questions, I have a poll that I'm going to put up here in a second. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put that poll up right now. Is my sound coming through okay, though? So far, so good? Let me go ahead and put this one in. Let's see. Let's start this poll. Let's see if this poll works. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, is it working? Let's see. Yay, it's working. All right, we got a poll that's actually working now. Yeah, so what type of node are you most interested in? Is there anyone that really kind of strikes your fancy as far as being into nodes? I think myself, I know our guild is going to be going to the academic node or formerly the scientific node. Personally, I probably would prefer like an economic node, but if that's where the guild's going, I'm certainly going to go help them out and try to build that up. Where I'll stay long term, I'm not sure, but I'll always be there to help them. But what are your thoughts? Go ahead and put your poll in, or put which one do you want. And there, all you have to do is hit the button, and it should have a vote option for you. Hey, King, how you doing, buddy? What's going on tonight? What's good? Hey, whatever happened to you in 7 Days to Die? I never saw you, bro. You left me hanging, man. We're getting overrun by dwarfs, and we need your help. No, you're not late at all. I actually just started because I came on a little bit later tonight. We got a lot of streams going on right now, and so I came on a little bit later. Yeah, you too, bud. I'm glad you're doing good. Definitely glad you're doing good. How's Jacqueline? Am I saying that right? I'm probably butchering that. How's she doing tonight? The old wife. We're just talking about nodes. What do you know about nodes so far, King? Do you know a lot about the node types so far? Jacqueline? Okay, good. What do you know about Ashes of Creation and the nodes? Do you have any questions about how they work? Because it's gonna be a big decision on where you decide to, to really lay down your efforts and really help build up, and it's going to help you in what part of the game that you decide to progress in. Do you even know anything about the nodes? Because I know you're following it kind of casually, so that's kind of why I'm curious. And nodes are kind of like the whole, it's like the big to-do in Ashes. It's really what drives Ashes. I think if you were to ask a lot of people would they be interested in Ashes if they didn't have the node system, they might say maybe. You're kind of worried if I would be able to play solo. Well, I can tell you this, you will be able to play solo. However, that being said, this game, Ashes of Creation, that is really meant to fully experience it with a guild. So I would highly recommend you getting a guild, because there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to do that maybe you're not going to be able to either do at all or effectively if you're solo. So, or if it's going to be too heavily clan focused, there's going to be a lot of guilds, but the guild tree is going to work it's going to be really extensive. It's going to give you, so say if you're a combat member, you're going to be able to pick perks from the guild, or if you're in a combat guild, they're going to pick perks that actually enhance your combat, stuff like that. So it's going to be really important to take advantage of those. Or, oh, my mojito's here. Oh, thank you, beautiful wife. Thank you. I needed a little pick me up tonight. I'm a little bit tired. Hey, Pockets, how you doing? And you can check out the VODs on today and see a ton of different guilds. Yeah, absolutely. The guild summit that they got, I think it's still going on, as a matter of fact. And yeah, they have been nonstop with guilds. That's one of the reasons I came on a little bit later. Yeah, I will. King says hi, hon. He says hello. Yeah, no, they've done a really good job. How are you doing, the Pockets? Do you see my poll? up there? Are you guys able to click on that poll and maybe put a note in that you're interested in joining? Hopefully this poll actually works. The other one didn't. Oh, Mojito. Oh. I'm assuming, are those guys almost wrapped up, Pockets? I think I heard her say it was like 3 hours. They have to be tired after doing it this morning and later tonight. How's that, Mojito? It's good. It's good. I needed a little pep in my step. So you went through the node simulator? I love the... oh, by the way, I enjoyed watching you on the Golden Feather the other night. It was good. It's nice seeing you in there. I'm still waiting for my Renkai mask. I know you're super, super busy though. I'm sure they're always, yeah, no, they've got to be tired. If they did 3 hours in the morning and then 3 hours later, the Vec mask, was that I saw 2 masks. I saw Chibi's, which was brilliant. And then I saw one also that looked like it was Vertex. Was that the Vec mask right there? Yeah, I liked them. I liked them both. Yeah, I liked them both. It was you're definitely talented with that stuff. Far more talented than I. All right, click on that poll, guys. Let me know. I need to know if that poll's working. If you see an option, let me know. I don't know if it's working or not. Pocket said they are based off the V. Yeah, I remember when they had their VTubers, and I'm kind of glad they don't do that anymore. And first of all, let me say shout out to the Golden Feather Tavern. If you guys haven't watched them in Chibi and Vertec, you're really missing out. Right now, their stream is a jumping. They have like 103 people, so don't pay attention to me. Go check them out with their Guild Summit, and then come on back to me later if you still want to. But both them and Jamie are both streaming right now. And yeah, those are both really good follows if you haven't checked them out. Yeah, no, they had 120 earlier. Yeah, they had a ton of people earlier. Yeah, no, it's I was pretty hyped up for it. I was glad to see it. They had a lot of RP guilds in the morning. Maybe not so much at nighttime. But either way, the RP is going to be a big thing. I'm actually going to try some RP for the first time in my gaming life. I've never really been into RP. And I'm gonna give it a shot and see how I like it. Because I really want to find something that I want to have some good staying power in the game. So you have a question to present to me. Go ahead. You posted it on X. Go ahead, hit me with your question. Are you following me on? I think I'm following you on Twitter. If I'm not, or X. If not, I'll make sure I get you. What's your? Let me check out X here real quick. Do. Let's see. First of all, do I have you on here? Pockets Art. Let me make sure I got you. There you are. Yeah, looks like you have. Yeah, that's you. Yep, I got you followed now. Now, what's the question? All right, here it is. Ash's nerds, no fast travel, scientific node, no global, economic node, militaristic node, religious node. If the first two break the system in a game that doesn't exist, without what systems are currently in game that militaristic and religious systems could break? Well, the religious system, the divine node, has the catacombs, if I'm not mistaken. That it's possible, depending on what kind of loot you get from that. A lot of people are worried about the instanced versus open world dungeons, and it sounds like the catacombs are going to be instanced. So that might be really good for people. And if the loot is pretty good, that'll be interesting to see how that works out. No, it's hard to say right now what's going to break a system. I mean, I don't think the bounty hunter is going to break the system, but if it is truly instanced, that could be interesting. As far as militaristic node, I think right now I'm not sold on how they're going to get the mayor. I kind of liked it before when it was like a free for all and a battle royale. It sounds like it's a little bit different now, so I'm not sure how excited I am for that. I'm very excited for the bounty hunter system. However, like I've heard other people mention, and I've said this before myself, I feel that I feel right now the way the corruption system is going to work, and I think we're going to see a lot of corruption early on, and people are going to try it out, especially in Alpha 2, because there's not going to be really any repercussions. But I feel in the long run, there's not going to be a lot of people, especially with the C's, not gaining corruption. I feel like a lot of people are just not going to do it. There's going to be enough PvP going on with the caravans, with guild wars, with node wars. I don't see people wanting to get themselves into the corruption. So I'm really concerned about a lack of work for bounty hunters. Oh, you love that? Good. That'll be such an interesting thing when they the idea of instance and divide node. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good deal. Now, I think that they only get that when they're a metropolis. I'm not sure, but it's going to be I'm very curious as to what node. All right, I believe that a node by the sea is going to get leveled up, one of the first ones. Now, we all know that these ones near the divine portal are probably going to go ahead and get leveled up quickly too. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay in those, because I don't feel like early on when we get into those nodes that are by the divine portal, that I don't know. I think a lot of people are just going to stay there for a little bit and then move on to maybe a node that they want. And we have to remember, it's not just a node, right? It's not just the same kind of node type we want. So say that, like, my guild overlord is looking for an academic node, right? So, or formerly scientific. So say there's a scientific node right there, but there's a whole lot of people there, and they don't win the mayoralship or something like that. We don't have somebody in. And the mayoral starts to go kind of a different direction. Maybe they want to go like weaponsmithing, all weaponsmithing buildings or something like that. And my guild or the guild I'm in has a different interest that they want to go. So it's not unfeasible to move to another one. So it'll be really interesting to see how that works. So I watched that an hour and 40-minute video for 2 hours on stream this morning. Your node can reach level 1 in a few hours. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's quick. I mean, you'll be level 3. I remember in Alpha 1, people were level 3 within a few hours. It wasn't that long. So the encampment just takes a little bit. Now, I think that they sped it up a little bit in Alpha 1, but the encampment just takes a little bit. A village, I think now, I'd have to look up on the wiki, but does village take a few days now? And then a town takes many days. And the fact that they said many days leads me to believe it's going to be less than a week. And that all, and I'm assuming that they probably mean that's people farming it around the clock. So that'll be really interesting. So we'll say less than a week to get to town. And then, what is it? Many weeks for, I have to go back and refresh it. If somebody's on the wiki, they can refresh my memory. But it's really not going to take that long to level those up. I really don't think so. Maybe a few months at most. So, but I think a lot of people are going to move away from them early on. Yeah, expedition is a few hours. Yeah, that's level 1, and no, it's not long at all. For those, encampment is like the first. I mean, first you start with wilderness, which is 0, and then you go with an encampment. Yeah, a village is a few days. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then, if I'm not mistaken, many days is a town. I'm not sure what the city is, and then a metropolis. Town is many days, city a few weeks, and metro many weeks. So the many weeks is the one that's interesting. How long is would we refer to as many weeks? By the way, is my sound coming in okay tonight, guys? Everyone hear me okay? Sound good so far? That's good, hopefully. I hope you're having a mojito with me. My air conditioner broke today. I'm really hot. I'm not feeling it since my air conditioner's broke, but the show must go on. Is Paranot is holding his nut in there. He's still at a wedding and on vacation, and Korean's chilling on a cruise right now, so he's also on a vacation. So flying solo again tonight. I would think the city 3 weeks, the metro is close to 2 months. I'd be okay with that, because kind of like leveling. I really want the nodes, I want people to feel really invested into the nodes. And wherever they decide to stay, I want them to feel I want to feel really invested in my node. I want to have, just like they were talking about on the Golden Feather, I want to have that node pride, right? It will excite me to watch my node grow and to build the community within the node. I think that's going to be a great thing. So yeah, I don't mind it taking many months. Now, the concern as far as leveling does not lie with the nodes with me. It lies with the actual leveling of the characters. And I guess we'll wait to see. I would say that we would wait to find out while we're testing in Alpha 2. But here's the problem. Now, we know when Alpha 2 released, there's going to be a whole bunch of people taking vacation and stuff like that, which I think is probably not a great idea because, we're only going to be able to get up to, I believe it's level 30 in the Alpha 2. So you're not going to even get to level that high. So you might even be kind of wasting your vacation. Things might be buggy. They probably will be buggy. The server might be having some issues. So I don't know. I'm not taking vacation personally, not for Alpha 2. But I'm curious. So we won't really get to know how fast the leveling is. Now, the way I have it right now is they say the average is 250 hours, 4 to 6 hours a day. Now, if you break that down for a sweaty player, you're looking at 18 hours a day, give or take. That means they're going to level up in anywhere between 10 to 12 days to be level 50, and then are able then to go after and get a freehold. That's a lot. That's a lot of, that's fast. That's too fast for me. Pocket says, I think my goal is to be level 4 or 5 node, lay low and just process goods on my freehold. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take it too seriously in the Alpha 2. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to try to test a lot, soak up a lot of different systems. I want to try the caravans. I want to try all the systems that they have to offer and the classes, and kind of get a feel for what I'm really digging, You have 42 days right now. If it takes 3 days off, I can tell my principal why. Exactly. There you go. Let me snooze this ad here real quick. 1 second, guys. I wish I could turn these ads just completely off, but whatever. So I think it would just take 3 days at launch, and A2 will maybe take a week. I got a question about those masks that you make. Are you making those with a 3D printer, or are you just you're just handcrafting those? Because if those are handcrafted, that's just brilliant. Those are just really brilliant. Especially that one you made for Steven. That was awesome. I always wondered if a 3D printer could Eva foam carve. Wow, so it's carved. That's even more impressive. I always wondered how a 3D printer would make a mask, if it would make a mask good. If you had I looked at some orc masks, and they're like $400. They're a lot of money. So I'm not sure if I want to RP, but I'm not sure I want to RP that bad. So we'll see how that goes. But as far as nodes, I'm going to guess that you guys do not have an option to vote for what type of node you're most interested in, because I'm not seeing anything on the polls. Is there anything in chat that's showing you guys on a place to vote? Because this is frustrating me. There's got to be a place in here. Let's see. Oh, well. We'll figure it out. But, yeah, no, the ones that you made, them were really cool. But Steven's mask took about 25 hours. It took about $150 to craft, and $75. Wow. Wow. That was nice. That was really cool. But hey, you got your name all over the place. Do you do these for a living also? You would have sold that. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. Are you having a drink with me tonight? You want a mojito? But I'll have my wife get you a mojito. Send it over. Where do you live at, Pockets? What state do you live? You do commissions? Oh, nice. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, that was good stuff. As far as nodes, though, yeah, I'm really curious as to how they level up, to which one people are going to flock to. Oh, and you're okay. So Texas, all right, awesome. So you're going to be doing that's Central Standard Time, right, over there in Austin? Because someone was asking me that earlier. I believe it is, because I'm just outside of Chicago, so that's also Central. So I know the guild I'm in, Overlord, is planning on going to Central servers, which would be really nice because that way I can go ahead and I want there's a lot of Central players. I don't know if they're going to have them in Alpha 2. I hope they do, but Steven's got to have them in at launch. They got to. There's too many. You don't want to be making people have to go on, when it means so much for prime time, when you have a prime time event, you don't want to have to make them stay up an hour late because it's an Eastern or something like that, or whatever, or even West Coast, they're 2 hours behind Central. So they don't, I don't know. I want to be on a Central server for sure. Our guild leader is West Coast. Our guild, you're in Suspect, right? Yeah. It's West Coast. Our guild is going CST. Yeah, if it's an option. Nope, that's great. I think that's a good way to go. Is especially if he's West Coast and he can go ahead and be on a Central, and it'll work out pretty well for him. It'll work out really well for him actually, because he'll be able to stay up a little bit later than everybody else who's normally on Central time, and maybe do some late night caravans or something like that. Send it to me. I don't know. You can try. Go ahead and try. See if it'll let you. See if my bot will let you. I don't know. My bot's kind of a, she's kind of an ornery bitch, so she might not let you or not. I don't know. No, that didn't work. Send it to me in Discord, my friend, and I'll go ahead and post it up here. Let's see. Let me go ahead and give you guys this real quick. We added up some, if you guys haven't checked out our Discord and you want to come out and hang out with the Hidden Dagger Inn and Peon, come check us out over here. And right now we're playing 7 Days to Die. And also, let me go ahead and purchase it or put this in here. We also have some merch going on right now that we just put up. So check that out too if you're interested and want to support the channel. So let's see, we got a link here. Okay. What do we got? All right. Pockets is sending us viruses. All right, there we go. Let's see. All right. Foam building. All right, let's check this out. It's Wednesday about 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be doing an Ashes Security. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. That's very cool. No, that's very cool. I'd like to see that. Ad break in progress. I just canceled that ad break. No, that sounds really cool, Pox. I'll have to try to make sure I tune in for that. That'll be good. So do you have any concerns about leveling itself, the leveling speeds? Not so much about the nodes, but the leveling speeds, because, and as far as the nodes go, oh, you went to ads? Yeah, gotta love those ads. And, as far as the nodes go, it sounds like there's going to be so many different directions that people can go with the nodes, whether you want to be a weaponsmith or an armor smith or who knows? Maybe they'll even have some event plots or something like that where, there'll be like a traveling fair or something like that, they'll have to have an event plot for or something like that. It'll be very interesting to see how that all plays out. And it sounds like there's going to be different nodes going multiple different directions. So it really, I guess, depends on where you want to be, what maybe you're specialized in, and what kind of node you want to be part of. You don't necessarily need to be in your guild's node to support it. I mean, you can certainly fight for them. So, hey,
welcome to my
hey, Jamie, thank you for the raid, my friend. Thank you for the raid. I hope you guys had a good stream. I got to pop my head in for a little while. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. We're talking nodes. Let me give a shout out to Jamie, of course. As always, I know everybody here knows Jamie. So one of the best, nicest guys you'll ever meet as far in the content creation. I love Jamie and Annie, of course. Annie, I don't know if you had your wisdom teeth out yet, but I hope you're doing good. I know that was coming up soon. We're talking just really anything tonight, guys. I'm flying solo again. Paranaut and Quirian are not here tonight. They're on vacation. So we're just chatting. Without my air conditioning. My air conditioning broke today, but I have my mojito to chill me and I'm just talking here with Pockets we're talking about nodes, about leveling speed, stuff like that. Pockets is talking about he's going to have a live stream coming up soon where he's making a mask online. Yes, weeks into healing now. Good. No dry sockets. That's good. I was a little bit worried about you because that's a lot of work, and I would never wish that on my worst enemy for sure. How did you guys stream go tonight, guys? Was it good? It sounded good. I was enjoying listening to Jamie. Like, who put this in junk? Who put this in junk? I was laughing. As a matter of fact, Jamie, that thing actually looks really good. That tier list, because that's one of the things that I've been thinking about doing. And I grabbed that link that you had in there, and I definitely think I'll be using that for myself for some tier links. It looks like it was working pretty well for you, so I enjoyed that. Good show tonight, guys. Awesome. Hey, overall, how you doing, guys? I hope everyone's having a good. What the hell night is it anyway? What are we on? Saturday? Is that what night we're on? See, maybe I'm getting drunk already. What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about the nodes, guys? Do you?
Ladies and gentlemen,
hey, thank you for the follow there, Faithless. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. What do you guys think about the nodes, guys? Do you think that
ladies and gentlemen,
thank you. Oh my God, Jamie, you just followed the stream now? How long have I known you and you just followed the stream now? Wait, where's my subscription thing? I gotta fucking cancel my sub to your channel. That's so fucked up. Hey, Lude, how you doing? Wow. Doing Peon dirty. Glad. Well, at least we finally got you following. That's good. Are you guys happy with what is perceived is thanks, guys. Pound Cake Fetish. That's an interesting name. I like that one. Are you happy with the perceived leveling speed of the nodes? And what about and also opposed to character leveling? We're not going to get to see the true character leveling when we get into Alpha 2. We're not going to get to see it because we're only going to level 30 as far as I know. So all those people taking time off and stuff like that, it's going to be very interesting to see, how high they get. Are you taking time off, Jamie, for Alpha 2 when it comes out? I am not. I feel like it might be kind of a waste. I'm not expecting a real great experience early on. But I'm going to hold off. For launch, definitely. Lude, you're taking a week. Yeah, I mean, I'll have some time to play maybe between work, but I'll stream it as much as I can. But yeah, I'm very interesting to see how that'll go. Lude Lloyd, this nerd. Now, at launch, that's a different story because we got the launch party that we have to go to in Vegas, and then we're probably 2 weeks for launch. I'll probably try to get off for sure. Korean, I saw that. I saw that in the channel that you're gonna do that 72 hours. You guys are nuts. I'm old. I need my sleep. I need my I didn't get this beautiful from not sleeping. I'm just saying. I mean, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. It took a lot. It took 52 years to get this sexy. So, you just remember that. You need your sleep. Just wait till Jamie is 52. Just imagine how sexy he'll be at 52. You have insomnia, might as well do something. Oh, that sucks. There's nothing worse than not being able to sleep. Nothing worse. So what do you guys think about the leveling speed? Do you have any, Lude, do you have any thoughts? Jamie, Andy, you guys have any thoughts at all? Or anybody else, any of my new chatters and followers in here? Do you have any thoughts on leveling speed and what you would like to see? Because right now we're looking at 4 to 6 hours on an average for 250 hours. That means we're looking at possibly sweaty tryhards that are going to be doing 18 hours a day that are going to be leveled up in 10 to 12 days. What do you guys think about that? I think it is too fast, Minoki. Thank you for welcome back, Minoki. Glad to see you here again. Did they ever explicitly state 35 was going to be the cap? It was 35 tracks Ev. They bumped it down. I believe it's 30 now. I might be mistaken, but I believe it's 30. So yeah, I don't care about leveling speed initially. I do. I care about leveling speed, and here's why. freeholds are a big deal. So if you're a sweaty tryhard, I mean, those guys are going to be able to start their Lord's Quest early to try to go ahead and get it. Plus, you got to figure, like, similar to Arcade, you didn't make more money until you got higher level. So if you're at higher level, you're killing mobs, you're getting better loot, better drops. So that's also going to help you as well with money to afford that freehold. So it's going to make a big difference in my mind, the leveling speed. Traffic says, no, that's not going to be for all of A2. At least, geez, I mean, I don't have that confirmed, but I hope not. I really hope not. I think at some point they're going to have to let us test all the levels 1 through 50. Whether they'll wipe for that, I don't know. I kind of hope they do, because we'd find out a lot about that. But if they don't, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Maybe they don't want to give us too much of an idea how fast it's really going to be. But I think that they have to show, we have to see 50 levels of the game, or else how are you going to be able to tell how in-game's working and stuff like that? So we won't be able to tell anything about crafting. We won't be able to technically do freeholds without level 50, because we won't be level 50. So I care about leveling speed and player retention 2 years into the game. No, that's important. That's important. Mm-hmm. No, I do expect mini wipes, and I have no problem with that. I want people, and I put this on my YouTube channel, and if you guys aren't following me on YouTube, get on over there and hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Same name, Hidden Dagger Inn. But one of the things that I said about the wipes is I want people to embrace it, because it's good. It'll give you a chance to try different classes. And let's face it, in Ashes of Creation, it's going to be all about knowing your enemy. You're going to want to know your enemy. You're going to want to find a class that calls to you. You might think that you're going to, maybe you'll be a bard or something like that. But there might be another class that really calls to you. Guys, can you take care of Atlas, please? He's harassing me. My dog's in here bothering me. So there might be another class that really calls to you. So you're going to want to try them all. You want to see how they play together. You're also going to want to try different crafts and stuff like that, different gathering areas. Maybe on one wipe, you're going to do a lot of caravan runs and see how much money that makes, as opposed to maybe just being an all-out gatherer. That's another thing that you can do. So Lloyd says, I don't want I never played Lost Ark, so I really can't speak on that. Failure of vertical gearing while new players are gatekept from anything. Yeah, haven't put into that. Yeah, and I heard Lost Ark had a lot of pay to win too, did it not? I might be wrong about that because I didn't play it, but it sounded like, from what I heard, it had some pay to win. By the way, speaking of pay to win, who here is playing PAX Die? Is anybody playing PAX Die? I did not bother to play it. It looked like a complete grind fest. It looked like PvP was garbage. I avoided it with extreme prejudice. And I'm curious to find out anybody else who tried it, what you guys think about it. Also, for all the new people, the Raiders that came over from Jamie, if you guys didn't know, come check us out at the Hidden Dagger in Discord. Everybody is welcome. I'd love to get Jamie's community in here as well, because I'd love them to play some games with us. We already have the dwarfs from Thogli that are coming in and playing 7 Days to Die with us. So if you guys don't have 7 Days to Die, we're running a server on the Hidden Dagger Inn. All you got to do is hit the game roll on the game channel. Come in and visit us and hop in and play, because we got to do something while we're waiting. So love winding down the Spy Network. Yeah. Hey, Wizard, how you doing? Pay to win is horrible. No, pay to win is absolutely a horrible gaming aspect. And that's one of the biggest reasons that I was really attracted to Steven's model, was he's very, very against pay to win. And let's okay, bud, I'll catch you later, Lloyd. Thank you for the lurk. Thanks. One of the things that we have to remember was, and I've said this before in the stream, we all know Steven has a lot of money, and we all know Steven was considered a whale on games like Arcade and stuff like that. I think that, and I might be wrong, I don't want to speak for Steven, but if I were in that position and I had all that money and I could pretty much buy what I wanted, I think maybe deep down in his heart, he kind of felt that it kind of cheapened his experience because he was able to buy all that stuff. And I think maybe that might be one of the reasons that, because he's making his own game. If he made it pay to win, he could just buy everything he wanted. But I think he knows deep down in his heart that not everybody can experience that. So I think that's why he doesn't want anything to cheapen his game experience. Let me know if you think I'm off base about that. But that's kind of the way I feel. If you think I'm on, let me know. But yeah, I really feel like he probably felt that it cheapens the experience and he doesn't want people to have that pay to win. And I agree. I want you to get your experience from putting the time in. In Dark Age of Camelot, that's how you became something, is you put in the time. You had to put in the time to get where you wanted to be. If you wanted to be a high Rome rank, you had to put in the time. That's, otherwise you were just going to be, a level 50 with, Rome rank 2 or something like that. Yeah, exactly. He could give himself everything. So, and he could do that anyway because he's, he could cheat like he does in his live streams, but we know he won't do that in the thing. Hey, good boy, first time chatter from the Raider. Welcome to the channel. Glad to see you. He found a new best way to cheapen his experience. Be an all-power gamer mod, yeah. Well, he's not helping himself out with his cheating in the games. I mean, having the same level as those. Oh, no, he was like to level 25, I think, in a Node Wars, wasn't he? 25 or 30, and he had like 3,000 hit points as opposed to everybody else. But we all know that he won't do that in the game, so I'm not concerned about that. He's going to want to enjoy the game, and I don't blame him. He's put so much time. Am I the only one that thinks Steven is an incredibly intelligent person? I mean, he's so well spoken. As someone described to me earlier, he's so well read. To pick up what he has about game development, really impressive. Really, really impressive. I mean, I could never in a million years do what he's done. But he, like Zillin, and I've mentioned lots of times before, he's one of those guys who is out there hanging with his buddies. He went to Tryon and he offered them money to try to fix ArcAge, and they didn't take it. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to make my own game. And that's what he did. What are the ways of leveling Node do we all... Well, we know that anything that gains experience is going to level the nodes, Wizard. That's how the nodes are going to level. And one of my big concerns is the... by the way, if you guys can see this poll up on my screen, let me know if you're able to click on that. And if any of those are working, if you're seeing that anywhere on my stream, because I don't see any votes, so it's kind of freaking me out. But one of my biggest concerns is these nodes that are right next to the divine portals, because there's going to be 4 different divine portals. So there's going to be a rush to those nodes. Now, obviously, I think that those nodes are probably going to level up first. But again, just because a node levels up first doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to stay there, because it might not be catered to what you want it to be catered to. Maybe it's going to be like a weaponsmithing place instead of, carpentry or something like that. There's going to be all kinds of different avenues that the mayors can go. Maybe it doesn't have enough housing. Maybe they didn't pick enough apartments or something like that. So there's a whole bunch of ways that they can go. So I'll be very interested to see that. But myself, I would probably choose an economic node myself. But I know my guild overlord that I'm in, they are going to be going to an academic node. Because they have the fast travel portal. So I know a lot of people are really interested in getting the fast travel. It's important. But so Minoki said that leveling speed is too fast. Do you guys, anyone else agree with the leveling speed being too fast? The fact that you could literally, with 18 hours a day, you could be level 50 in 10 to 12 days. Am I the only one that feels that way, or do you guys kind of feel in that way as well? By the way, again, thank you all for stopping in from Jamie's Raid. I appreciate the follows and the first-time chatters. Wizard says, you can see your poll, but not sure how to vote on it. I would probably take a military for PvP. Okay. Traffic says, we really need to actually touch the different node types before I make a solid opinion. That's fair. That's a fair, assessment right there. Now, we know the divine nodes are going to have the catacombs in it, and I don't know for sure, but I think that we were talking about there earlier, I think the catacombs are going to be instanced. So PvEers who want to get some good loot and without being bothered, that is going to be a node for them, I think. So that'll be very interesting. I don't see more. This is me personally. I don't see more than one divine node being a metropolis on the server, and maybe none at all. Those hardcores are always going to find a way to end it fast. Yeah, now that's true, Wizard. But what I'm concerned about is, so we're gonna reward them because you can't buy a freehold until you're level 50, right? And you need to do the Lord's Quest, and you need to make money for it. Yes, we know that, but they're going to reward them for being sweaty. I would almost rather, I don't know who played Arcade, I would almost rather it be 2 weeks. People could try to farm up as much money as they could, do a Lord's Quest on a lower level quest to get you where you could do a freehold, and then do the people who had the money, the people who grinded the certificates, and the people who had did the quest would be able to do like a land rush in Arcade, kind of something like that. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about the let's pump out to level 50 and leave everybody else in the dust. He found the best ways to cheapen his experience by the all-power game bot. Make freeholding. Well, they are going to be expensive materials wise, but you got to remember, with the guilds on the server, Wizard, that the materials are not going to be a big deal, right? What's holding people back from guilds swiping up all the land in the first place, or all the freeholds, is the fact that you have to personally do this Lord Quest and get the certificates yourself. Those are bound. You cannot trade those. So you actually have to put in the work to do it. You not only have to be the level, you have to do the certificates. But as far as money goes, guilds are going to be funneling that out. I can guarantee you that. I'm sure that if somebody has put in the work, they've gotten the level, they've gotten the Lord's Quest done, if the guild has it, they're going to, because the freehold is going to be epic. It's going to be really important for the guild to be able to have those. And Pocket says, to answer your question, the node, since I can't see the poll as of right now, I would have to academic for fat. Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people are going. Pockets is the academic node, and that doesn't shock me, because you might now. One of the other, we talk about fast travel, right? But what if I told you we have the family summon system, right? And everybody's going to be in a family, and you can have up to 8 family members and 9 if you're married. One of the things I'm very curious to find out about in Alpha 2 is how the family summoning works. What kind of cooldown are we talking about? And who is it initiated by? Is it only initiated by the family leader that can do a summon? And what's the cooldown for? Or can anybody in the family summon? So if you're out there and you're doing a caravan run, and your caravan gets ganked by, say, 5 people, and you only had 4 on the run, can you summon your whole family there to help out? I would imagine you probably could, but how long is that cooldown for? Let me ask you this. How long of a cooldown would you like to see on the family summon? Would you like it to be a long cooldown? Like you only want to see it, once a day or twice a day? Or would you like to prefer seeing it like once every half hour would be available? What are your guys' thoughts on that while I drink my mojito? Yeah. The family summon thing is really cool. And I'll tell you this right now, for those who are watching and they'll watch it later on YouTube and Twitch, if you are not thinking about your family right now and who you're going to be putting in your family, you need to start thinking about it. In Alpha 2 will give you a good chance to do that, to meet a bunch of people who are like-minded, that will work with you. You want to have someone probably on the same hours as you. Myself, I would prefer there being no fast travel. Yeah, I kind of, they have so many mounts in the game. I would be okay with no fast travel at all. But that doesn't look like. I mean, it looks like there's going to be 2 forms of it with the family summon and the. And of course the scientific nodes. Now again, remember the scientific nodes, you're not going to see those until you got a metropolis. But I mark my words, I bet you on most of the servers you will see 2 academic node metropolises. There will be 2 academic nodes for everyone else's 1 node. And call me silly, but I really think that that's going to be, it'll probably be an economic node somewhere in the center of the map. You know, I'll be very interested to see how that works. But yeah, I'm very excited. There's so many things that I want to test in Alpha 2. But you know, like someone mentioned earlier with the wipes and stuff, I'm not worried about the wipes. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to go ahead and try to, you know, do different things. Like I said, I'll try a gathering run. One of the things I also plan to do is, since I make YouTube content, is I want to learn. I am big into speed runs. So while I'm a little bit older, I'm not going to be able to put in those 18 hours a day for 2 weeks straight like some of these younger kids are. But I will still be competitive. I'll still put probably at least 12 to 14 hours a day in to level up. So I won't be that far behind. So I want to know what the most optimal way to level is. And that being said, what do you like to see as far as the fastest way to level? I don't enjoy quests generally. I actually am kind of old school. I prefer grinding mobs. I wouldn't be opposed to getting some experience from PvP. I know we get some experience from crafting, but I don't think that the crafting and PvP experience, if we do get any for PvP, will be on the same level as they would from quests and grinding. Now, I'm okay with quests being, you know, a good way to level, but I also want to see that if I choose to grind, that should be equal to questing. What say you guys? Quality game time is, let me see, you're on YouTube there, or let's see, I missed your comment there. It disappeared, Wizzy, or Wizard85. I want to see what those ways are. Do you guys feel that what was I going to say, that questing should be the end all be all, or not? Because I kind of feel like, let me go ahead and cancel this upcoming Brad. Jeez, ad breaks. Jeez, my goodness, there. Ads. Oh, was there myself, I would further be no fast travel, quality game time is the same as 18 hours a day. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. 18 hours a day is a hell of a long time. How many hours are you going to play, Wizzy 85? Because that's a lot. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Anyone else do anything fun this weekend? I'm just kind of chilling tonight. Just do another short stream tonight. Just wanted to come on out here, say hi to everybody, get somebody's thoughts on the leveling and the node leveling and stuff like that. Anything else you guys want to talk about? If you're new to the game or something like that, that's the kind of channel we are. We want to try to help newer players out. That's what my channel is going to be all about. So if you want to see the top PvPer, you're in the wrong channel. I'll do my best, but 5 weeks off, I'll be putting in time. There you go. That you ain't kidding. You've been putting in time for sure. Or maybe I'll have you in my family. That's for sure. That just, you know, and that's the thing. I like to, Canada Day, long weekend, just resting. Nice. I like to have people. I'm more of a morning person when I play. I do play nights, and I will be around for the prime time, but I won't, when the prime time events end, I won't be on probably much later than 10 o'clock or so. I think that Minoki says, I think the riskiest content should be the fastest to level. Yeah, I can agree with that. Now, what do you define as risky? Because I would define anything on the seas risky. So, but I mean, really, grinding is risky, right? Because you're out there, you know, really grinding and questing are both risky because you're fighting mobs either way you go, and you could be killed by pretty much anybody. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I look for people that are, you know, early risers, because that's also the time I want to get my caravans done. Hey, Draco, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? You have a good night, bud? What do you think is a smallest group raid boss? I'd like to do a lot of the that Tower of Carfin grinding and stuff like that, and I would consider that grinding, 8-man group grinding. I think that's going to be pretty popular myself. What do you guys think about that? Do you think a lot of people are going to be just doing like dungeon raid groups and not necessarily not necessarily maybe running the dungeon, just getting up there to a nice farm spot and grinding mobs, especially if the AoE works really good too. I've seen that in a lot of past games. DAOC was one of them where there was really good grind AoE groups and you could level up really fast. I would not be opposed to a form of that, kind of thing. But Draco, do you think that the leveling is too fast? That's kind of one of the things that we were talking about. And are you concerned that only the sweaty people are going to be getting freeholds first? Now, we know that guilds are going to help out other people with money in their guild, but we also know that the person responsible has to get level 50 on their own, and they have to do the Lord's Quest. But is that enough? Are we rewarding sweaty players too much? Because a freehold is so big. We don't know. Yeah. Well, we do know this. We know that they said 4 to 6 hours, 250 hours on average. And you figure out a person is doing 18 hours a day is going to be done in 10 to 12 hours or 10 to 12 days. If you break down the math, that's what it comes out to. And that is not a lot to see the world of Vera having level 50s and swiping up freeholds right away. That's not a lot. And all they got to do is do the Lord's Quest and do the hit level 50, and their guild's going to supply them with the freehold money, and bam, it's going to be there. All the freeholds go just like that. So I don't know how much they're going to cost. I really preferred the land rush system in Arcade. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but at least it was fair. Everybody had a chance to do it, and you could fight for your property. So if there was another guild there and you wanted some stuff there, you could fight for your property. Wizard said experience penalties though. As far as what are you talking about, Wizard? What are the experience penalties you're referring to? Did you guys all enjoy the Golden Feather Tavern's stream tonight? Their guild summits. I thought it was pretty cool. They got to be tired. Minoki says, I think there should be some multiple equal ways of getting a freehold. Leveling shouldn't matter. I agree with you. Yeah, I would almost like to. I just don't know if I like the whole. Maybe level 50 could be another prerequisite for it because it is an in-game thing. But I want to see something else that you have to do by yourself, and not necessarily a quest either. Something. Let me cancel this ad break. Something you have to do yourself to make a difference. And I don't know. I don't know how I want to go about it. We'll see how it works, but we won't know, at least right away when Alpha 2 starts, how that whole thing works, because we don't get to go to level 50. We get to go to level 30. So we're not going to get to find out how freeholds work for some time. So that's going to be very interesting. So you're talking about death penalties, Wizard. Okay, yeah. I'm okay with the death penalties. Yeah, they're okay with me. Hell, after playing 7 Days to Die, I'm used to the death experience. It happens to me every time I have to kill myself because I have a broken leg. Minoki says that, yeah. So are you okay, Minoki, with grinding? If you wanted to grind to level 50, are you okay with that? And how much experience? Now, obviously, I think the best mix of doing things is probably a good mix of combination of grinding a lot, maybe when you don't have a lot of time and you can't focus on a quest, and then doing some important quest lines that are big. Hopefully, this Lord's Quest, you won't have to complete like the Lord's Quest or Freehold. Hopefully, you won't have to go ahead and do some kind of main story quest line in order for that to open up, because that would kind of suck, because I don't want to have to be forced into questing. I hate being forced into questing. Don't force me into questing. Let me level the way I want to level. If it's slower, fine, but if that's what I'm enjoying, let me do it. I want that freedom. I don't know how you guys feel. I'd love to hear your input about that. It looks like my poll is not working, so my poll is bullshit tonight. Yeah. But yeah, it's very interesting on how that's going to go. And what are your guys' thoughts at all? Anybody got thoughts? Because I'd love to hear them. Man, I'm tired tonight. It is so hot in this house tonight. Dragon says agreed. I level up in PvP. Yeah, it it's it gets people out there, and I'm hoping to see Dragon. I'm hoping to see a lot of open world PvP, even if it's like 8-man groups roaming. Because maybe if it's an 8-man group and not a Zerg, maybe the experience is pretty good. Or maybe if you take a castle, that's a big chunk of experience. You love chain questing with a nice reward at the end. Yeah, those are good. Rewards are good. I'm not opposed to that. And I guess the reward for grinding would be you could possibly get a good or a good drop item. Although there it is. There's how you vote. A poll is going on. Try that. Use /vote 1, 2, 3, or 4. See if that works, guys. /vote 1, 2, 3, or 4. There we go. I'm glad that thing finally put that up there. Let me try it. /vote. That didn't seem to work. Minoki says, I'm not exactly interested in freeholds myself. You have guildies that want them. Yeah, I'm very interested in a freehold myself, Minoki. Yeah, I know Annie is going to be big into animal husbandry with Jamie and the cartel over there. And I'm sure I'm not going to do animal husbandry myself, although my brother, I think, is going to be interested in that. And which he'll be in my family, of course. And I think that I'm probably going to be a gatherer, and I'm interested in taming. Yeah, I don't think that doesn't seem to be working. We must be doing something wrong because it doesn't seem to be going through. But thank you for trying, Wizard. I'll keep working on it. We'll get it sorted out. But yeah, freeholds. I mean, look, the best processing. That's big, right? That's going to make a lot of money for people in the long run, and I guarantee you there's going to be guilds charging a lot of money to be able to use those. So you might invest a lot of money into getting a freehold, but you will get it back. You will definitely get what you paid in and much more. One of the other ways to make money early on, something to be said for, you could, with those divine portals at the start of the game, if you can get money early and buy one of those houses, because odds are that those might be the first places to hit Metropolis. So if at Citizen or at Village, if you're able to buy one of those apartments or static housing or something like that they have out there, that could be big. As those level up, they're going to go really high up for money. And then even if you don't want to stay there, you could just sell it. And that money right there that you get for selling it could be used for your freehold. Dragon says the freehold requirements could change too. Yeah, and I kind of hope they do. I'm not sure whether they will or they not, or will or they won't. But I'm kind of hoping we get a wipe at some point to decide how the leveling experience is working, and how that works basically, because I'm not sold on it right now. I'm not going to knock it till I see it, but I'm not sold on it right now. But yeah, it's been really interesting on how that goes, and I'm very, very excited to see it, but we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, guys, on that note, I am going to finish. What is that? Draco says there are a few of them node per territory, though. I really hope to either stay difficult or get more plots to put down. Yeah, we're going to have to see how it plays out. I mean, it's going to be hard 1v1 battles for freehold ownership. Well, I kind of liked Arcage's deal, to be honest with you. I mean, if you wanted a plot, you would fight for it. Your guild would be, if your guild wanted an area, they would be out there and forced to take it. So, they could make it, and they could make it where you wouldn't go corrupt to do it. Anywhere in housing zones for like that particular day or something like that, you wouldn't get penalized. It would just be, combatant and go at it. And you had to do whatever you could for it to give you 2 weeks before they did a land rush. And then everything you can to make money to put a house down and do a quest. but I don't know if leveling 50 should be because if you make leveling 50 a prerequisite, yes, while they put in the work, that's true. Then, but maybe not everybody has those kind of schedules where they can do that. Now, I know that's more casual, but it's not really. I mean, not everybody has 18 hours a day to negotiate. So is somebody who plays 18 hours a day more important than somebody who plays 12 hours a day? Should just all the 18-hour-a-day players get all the freeholds because they can afford to spend that much time? I don't know if I like that. So I'm just kind of putting that out there. But that being said, guys, I want to go ahead and appreciate or thank everybody for stopping in and visiting me tonight. It's a short stream tonight, just like I said. So we're going to go ahead and hang on 1 second. We're going to raid the Golden Feather Tavern like they need more people, but we're going to raid them anyway. So thanks for hanging in here, guys, with me, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Stay tuned to, we have Psychophobic. We have an interview with them next Saturday as well, so we'll be doing that. So here we go, guys. Have a good night. Love you guys all. God bless.